Biden continues to insist the withdrawal was a huge success. I think extraordinary was the word that he used. He also said, rather, that not a single service member died under his watch broadly as president, but we know that's not the truth. And also, he didn't act alone.
President Biden always said that he wants you to be the last person in the room, particularly for big decisions, just as he was for President Obama. He just made a really big decision. Afghanistan.
Yes.
Were you the last person in the room?
Yes.
And you feel comfortable?
And then she was asked, do you feel comfortable with that? And she said, I do. Joining us now is Montana Congressman Ryan Zinke, who sits on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Let's start right there with Kamala Harris. The commander-in-chief is Joe Biden for now, probably for the next 6 months, but she was his top deputy, the vice president of the United States, boasting in that interview that she was the very last person to offer counsel to Joe Biden before he made what turned out to be a really catastrophic decision for America's standing in the world, for our allies, for the people that we left behind in Afghanistan. She said she was comfortable, Congressman, with all of it.
Well, she would be, given her experience of military operations in foreign shores, yes. But this is another example of them trying to cover Biden's failures. I mean, it was the worst failure in military history. It was needless. And quite frankly, it has far-reaching effects today. Our allies don't trust us. Our enemies don't fear us. We left Afghanistan not only the $80 billion of equipment, but we also left our trust and our faith in our allies that we would actually execute. And look, Biden made a series of mistakes, but you look at each mistake by itself. Yes, someone advised him. Yes, he was president. But look, you have a White House that was a globalist. They wanted out of there, and they did it. And look at the ramifications, the way they left.
Yeah, and President Biden has a laundry list of mistakes on his record, Congressman, and when she says that I'm the first I was the person in the room and I'm right behind him when he's making these decisions, she's going to try to walk away from some of that right now as she's campaigning to rebrand herself in some ways. Then you've got the media working with the Democrats to essentially scrub some of this stuff from her particular record ahead of the election. They started with her role at the border. Listen to this.
And this will be her first visit to the U.S.-Mexico border region since she was appointed as the border czar by President Biden.
Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record, calling her a border czar.
Kamala Harris, who was appointed as the border czar, hasn't gone there at all.
You already hear folks talking about the border czar. She wasn't the border czar.
She was the border czar, but really the border is a big weakness for the Biden-Harris administration.
And now a CBS affiliate claiming that despite a tweet showing support, Harris never donated to a fund aimed at raising bail for protesters that were arrested during the George Floyd riots. When polled on confidence in the media, a record amount of Americans, 39%, say they have no confidence at all. Imagine what that would be today.
Well, you're right, Jackie. I mean, look at the cover-ups. Let's start with Harris covering up President Biden's mental state. That was a cover-up from the very beginning, right? Until the last second. You had the Hunter Biden, laptop cover-up, Russian collusion cover-up. The media and the Democrats are the same. And mainstream media, there are a few outlets that actually, strive to get the truth. But mostly what we face is an onslaught of media that is in coordination and collusion with the Democrat Party. And look, America's smart. They're beginning to figure it out. Lie after lie after lie. And, pretty soon America goes, I don't think so. And that's exactly where we're at.
And what's amazing is a lot of these media outlets now scolding everyone over the border czar title. Oh, no, she never had it. That was never her job. Those same outlets used the term repeatedly because it's how everyone colloquially was talking about her role as the point person on immigration. We all knew that was real. And then the second she became the nominee or the presumptive nominee, on a dime, the talking points literally went out. And they shifted into this new reality. We were talking about that fact check, Congressman, in Minnesota, that she never donated to that bail fund. That same news channel interviewed her about that donation on their own air, and now they're pretending like it never happened and fact-checking Trump for pointing it out. I mean, it's brazen beyond belief.
Well, and the media hid, they helped, Biden, and now they shift the colors. Harris is the presumptive nominee, and that allegiance just shifts to Harris. But the conclusion is the same. It's untruthful and it's a lie. She was the border czar. I can tell you, there is no border. Everything she's been assigned to has been a disaster. The Biden-Harris team has been a disaster for America. There isn't one area I can think of that's been a success, either foreign or domestic. When you look at it, we have no border. Our kids are getting killed by fentanyl every day. And at the Capitol, Hamas is in the Capitol. Hamas. I spent most of my adult career as a Navy SEAL going after and killing Hamas. And now we have Hamas protesting in the Capitol, and what happens? They're released almost immediately. This is outrageous. America knows it.
But you know what, Congressman? It's helping her in the polls in Michigan and in Minnesota, and that is why she said nothing and she let it happen. We really appreciate your time. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, and God bless. And it's exactly what happens when we don't pay attention. I'm a big believer. I'm an optimist. Everyone's got to pay attention and do their duty.
Absolutely.